for Charlie Morton.
And off the wall, this will score a pair. And the Buccos sweep this brief two-game series. And this is hit hard. Jackson back to the warning track. This time, it's gone. What a start on this homestand.
The 2-1. And Diaz whips a base hit to center field. Ferris scores. Being waved home is McCutcheon. He will score. Those are the words these young Pirates try to live by, and their young leader, Andrew McCutcheon, leading by example. 3 more hits last night as the Pirates have won 4 in a row. Today, it's Game 3 between the Pirates and the Detroit Tigers. Hi again, everyone. Along with John Wayner, I'm Tim Neverett. Buccos hoping to break out the brooms today against their friends from Motown. Everybody here wants to see a sweep.
Absolutely. It's great to see the Bucs playing well at home, especially in front of some big crowds. So hopefully they'll get the sweep today.
Playing well when they need to play well. They're getting some hits. Why the sudden surge offensively?
I think everybody's getting a little more comfortable and confident. The team has struggled offensively, a little bit of a roller coaster ride, but right now everybody's clicking. The top of the order is getting on. The middle lineup, everybody's getting the big hits, it seems like, and hopefully that'll continue because the pitching's been great all year. Now the offense is coming on.
Offense has been good. Pitching's been good. Also, the defense has been spectacular. The Pirates saving themselves some runs, throwing the leather around. It's Game 3 as the Buccos hope to break out the brooms against the Tigers. From PNC Park, Pirates baseball comes your way next on Root Sports.
Baseball on Root Sports is sponsored by Barrel Automotive. Barrel.com. Definitely worth the click. Let's go Bucs.
Another gorgeous day here in Pittsburgh from the North Shore. Interleague baseball continues. Game 3 between the Pirates and the Detroit Tigers. Along with John Wayner, I'm Tim Neverett. Dan Potash will join us during the course of our telecast today. Paul Maholm gets the start. A very unfair 1-6 for Paul Maholm. It doesn't tell the whole story about Paul's season so far. And he will face the Tigers leadoff man Austin Jackson, the center fielder, who had a 12-game hitting streak broken up last night. Jackson hit into a game-ending double play as well. Pirates have won the first 2 games, trying for a third. And the first pitch of the ball game from Paul Maholm is high and away for ball 1. We're underway.
If Paul's frustrated, he certainly hasn't shown it. He's been pitching outstanding. It's just a shame, though. He's just 1-6. Really has been dealing.
2-0 to Jackson. Well, Paul's had a tough go of it in the early goings of games. ERA of 6 in the first inning and 6 in the second inning. From the third inning on, it's 2.58. Gets a strike, 2-1. Is that like a golfer with first hole anxiety?
I don't think. I think it's really coincidental. I don't think he feels any differently. I just think, well, for one, you're facing the best hitters the first time through, and if the location isn't spot on, you're going to give up some hits. But I think he's been better of late. I mean, he really can't pitch much better. You look at his last 5 starts, he's allowed more than 5 hits just once, and that was a 7-inning stint where he only gave up 7 hits.
Ray Sears, a pitching coach, been doing some good work with this staff. 2-2. That one's fouled away. The count will remain even to Austin Jackson.
His last start in Washington, it's as good as I've seen Paul Maholm throw. I think he was on top of his game. He missed the squeeze attempt, and he got a little angry and pitched as good as I've seen him pitch. The sharpness, the location, everything was spot on. Just a shame that I know one of his inherited runners ended up scoring, ended up giving up 3 earned runs, but the numbers are outstanding except for the record, which he really doesn't control.
2-2 inside corner, got him called. Strike 3, and that's the way Paul Maholm starts his Sunday afternoon. Jim Leyland sends the rest of the Tigers out like this. Scott Sizemore will bat next. Ryan Rayburn in the 3 spot today. Miguel Cabrera hitting cleanup. Victor Martinez and Johnny Peralta, the shortstop. Third baseman Inge. Casper Wells will make his first start of the series playing right field. Rick Porcello pitching and batting ninth. Scott Sizemore, he started Friday night. Didn't get in last night. Takes ball 1 low. Was 0 for 4 Friday against Jeff Karstens. Grounded out 3 times and struck out once. 1 down, top of the first inning. This one fouled off. 1-1 to Sizemore.
I love seeing the late swings off of Paul, too. I think that's a major difference this year than past years for Paul, is how he's pounded the ball into right-handed batters. And the evidence is right there. You look at the right-handed batting averages against Paul.
Popped him up. Neil Walker makes the second out. 2 away.
Pitch in effectively, you get weak swings.
Walker at second with the put out defensively. Behind Maholm, top of them, McCutchen and Charles in the outfield. Steve Pearce makes a start at third base today. Cedeno in there at short. Walker and Overbay on the right side. Chris Snyder back behind the plate, catching Paul Maholm. Good to see Steve Pearce getting a start. 2 down. Ryan Rayburn is the hitter. Pearce, one of those players that Clint Hurdle wants to get at bats. He got Brandon Wood some at bats. He's been trying to get Xavier Paul at bats, but Clint telling me yesterday he doesn't know how a bench player can get prepared unless he gets regular at bats here and there. Steve Pearce going to get regular at bats today.
It's not fair to send a pinch hitter up there in a critical situation if he hasn't had a start and consistent at bats for a week or 2. So you got to get 3 or 4 at bats to these guys for them to stay sharp. And if you don't hit for a week, or you maybe only having a bat or 2 for a week, it's tough to go up there and pinch hit in a crucial situation. And I think all these guys, when given the opportunity to start, have done a great job.
The 2-1 pitch to Rayburn. He's fouled down the first baseline. 2-2. Well, you know it. You lived it. What was the time when you can remember where you didn't get at bats and then you were called upon to hit? You said, "Oh boy."
Well,
I got to do something.
That was the case most of the time, really, and and it was always a struggle. Certain years I got more at bats than others, and you feel more comfortable, more confident in the batter's box. And there are times where you don't play or get at bats for a few weeks, and it's tough.
Strike 3 call. 2 punch-outs in the inning for Paul Mulholland, and he retires the Tigers in order in the top of the first inning. So Paul Mulholland with a very strong start here this afternoon. His lineups like this. It's brought to you by Toyota. Andrew McCutchen to lead off. Top of the 2. Garrett Jones hitting third again. Walker cleanup. Then Overbay. And there's Steve Pearce. Chris Snyder will bat 7th. Cedeno in the customary 8th spot. And Paul Mulholland doing the pitching and batting 9th against right-hander Rick Porcello.
Porcello hasn't pitched in 12 days. The sinker baller with pretty good numbers himself. I'm not going to walk a lot of guys. He's not going to strike a lot of guys out. He's going to try to get you to pound the ball on the ground. He gets a lot of ground balls with that sinker. You try to combat that by trying to get him up in the strike zone a little bit and perhaps try to hit him to the opposite gap.
Porcello, just 22 years of age, had a rapid ascension to the big leagues after graduating from high school. McCutchen takes a strike. 6'5", 200 pounds. Lives in Chester, New Jersey. Went to Seton Hall Academy and had a full ride to the University of North Carolina. He was an A student. Turned it down. Signed with the Tigers. Well, a year and a half later, he was in the big leagues.
Pitched here at PNC Park as a 20-year-old and pitched well.
0-2 quickly to McCutchen. Leads the team with 8 home runs. Second in RBIs with 24. 0-2 shot off play to the right side. McCutchen with 3 more hits last night. Scored 2 runs. And when he and Jose Tabata get on base in the same inning, chances are the Pirates are going to get a run. Here comes the 0-2 to right field. Casper Wells makes the catch. And there's one away for the Pirates. Defensively behind Porcello for the Tigers. Ryan Rayburn's in left field today. Austin Jackson back in center. Casper Wells just made the catch in right. Brandon Inge, the third baseman. Johnny Peralta, the shortstop. Scott Sizemore at second. Miguel Cabrera at first. Victor Martinez behind the plate catching Rick Porcello. Ryan Rayburn, who has played some right field in this series, gets the start in left. Andy Dirks, very young player, started the first 2 games in left field in this series. Pitch to Tabata's inside for a ball.
And that showed some of the late movement on the fastball from Porcello. And Tabata barely got out of the way.
A slow roller. Tabata late getting out of the box. Inge throws him out easily, 2 away. Well, 2 down quickly for the Pirates in the bottom half of the first inning.
And that's typically what you'll see. I know only 2 batters into this ball game facing a good sinker from a guy like Porcello. As you go the other way, you'll get it airborne. You try to pull it, more than likely you'll hit it on the ground.
Jones had RBI hits in the 6th and 7th. Actually, in the 6th only. It was Diaz who pinch hit for him in the 7th last night. Drove in a pair. And Jones with a ground rule double to right field last night. A run producing hit. He takes a strike. Again, you mentioned it, Porcello, 12 days between starts. That's got to be difficult to stay in any kind of routine when you don't start for almost 2 weeks.
Yep, and we talked about it with Charlie Morton's last start after going a pretty long time without throwing, just a couple of innings between a couple of starts. And sinker baller, you fear that they're going to be too strong. Maybe the ball flattens out. You don't see as much movement as you typically would have because you haven't pitched as frequently. It certainly wasn't a problem for Charlie Morton. Hopefully it'll be a problem for Rick Porcello.
2-1 outside, 3-1 to Garrett Jones. Porcello, former first-round pick of the Tigers in 2007, the 27th player taken overall. 3-1 on the corner for a called strike. Count full now. Porcello, one of those specimens as a high school player. Excellent athlete. 3-2 pitch, and Jones fouls it off. Jones, one of those guys who was maybe considered a late bloomer, was kicking around the minor leagues for a while and was blocked in the Minnesota system. With Justin Morneau at first base. Jones, a young first baseman, had nowhere to go. Fouls this one away. And the Pirates picked him up. Came up halfway through the year and had one of the best half seasons you've ever seen a guy have. 21 home runs in just half a season.
And you want to talk about a specimen. If you haven't stood next to Garrett Jones, you'll see a big man.
3-2 pitch is lifted down the line to left field. Ryan Rayburn, a long run. He won't get it. That's a tough corner to play right there where the stands jut out. And if you're not familiar with this ballpark, and the Tigers are not all that familiar with it, you really got to read that one well. You could crash into that corner.
Yep, you got to peek. You got to know where you're at as you're coming towards the line. You run into that little fence full speed. It's not going to feel good.
Again, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Garrett Jones. This one to first base. Cabrera. Toss to Porcello. And the Pirates gone in order. We'll head to the 2nd inning when we come back to PNC Park. Turns out a beautiful, beautiful day here. And they're hoping to break out the brooms. Small broom, big broom, doesn't matter. Broom's a broom. Pirates have taken the first 2 of this 3-game set. They'd love to come away with a winner today at their first home sweep of the season. First baseman Miguel Cabrera takes outside from Paul Maholm. Cabrera very dangerous at the plate. A couple of hits last night, including an RBI double in the 4th inning. In that 4th inning, the Tigers put together back-to-back-to-back doubles with Cabrera's in the middle and his to the deepest part of the ballpark. It hit above the number 4 in 410 on the north side notch, just about a foot away from the top of the wall. Jim Leyland liked it, but it wasn't enough for his ball club last night.
And I guarantee you Jim Leyland loves this guy, Miguel Cabrera, one of the best.
Maholm has fallen behind on him, 3-0. Down the middle for a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike to Cabrera.
You actually have to be careful as you'll see the pitch here. Strike zone presented by Range Resources.
And ground ball to short. Cedeno handles it. And Cabrera is out. It's a sabermetric Sunday. It's what we do on Sundays. We introduce you to different sabermetrics. Today we will look at adjusted on base plus slugging, OPS plus if you will. OPS plus is OPS adjusted for the park and the league in which the player played, but not for the fielding position. An OPS plus of 100 is defined to be the league average. 150 or more is excellent, and 125 very good, while 75 or below is poor. So we look at the OPS plus today on a sabermetric Sunday. Pitch is high to Victor Martinez. One ball and no strikes to Martinez.
Paul Maholm taking a little time after that pitch. He's missed some pitches badly to his arm side. Did a good job coming back on Cabrera. The 3-0 fastball. Then he went to the sinker, got a weak grounder.
One and one. Now 2 balls and a strike.
And I think you got to give an assist to manager Clint Hurdle as far as Paul Maholm and how well he's pitched this year and his success, particularly against right-handed batters. The numbers have been so much better this year. And there you see it there, that fastball under the hands. Righties coming in today just hitting .228 against Paul. Compare that to a career-wise .299. As you see right there, top of the zone, right on that inside edge.
2-2 to Martinez. Trying to go inside again and missed. Count full to the Detroit catcher.
Clint Hurdle told Paul Maholm in spring training that when he coached against Maholm, he told his hitters just to look away. He won't come inside. And so you only had to worry about half of the plate. And now when Paul Maholm comes in with that fastball, you plant that seed in the hitter's head, and all of a sudden that pitch away from him is that much further away.
Just missed outside and he lost Martinez. So there is 1 out. Fans, you can take the Pirates with you wherever you go this season. Subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every Pirates game live or on demand on your computer or your favorite devices. Visit Pirates.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. 1 out and 1 on for Johnny Peralta, the shortstop. Maholm missed low with that offering. 1 ball and no strikes. Peralta, .289 hitter. 6 home runs, 23 runs batted in. He didn't start in game 1 Friday night. That start went to Ramon Santiago at short, but he did start last night, so making his 2nd consecutive start against the Pirates. Check swing. That's a foul ball. All Lyle Overbay could do was stare and watch it. That ball was over his head.
And hope that it ends up foul. You're living right when you're a hitter and you get a little check swing. Get it inside the line for a double.
Johnny Peralta. That's how it would look if you're in the front row. Didn't miss by too much.
There's good seats right behind home plate in the Lexus Club. And here you'll see it on the strike zone by Range Resources just off the plate.
To the gap, deep to left center. Ranging over there is McCutchen. He's got it for the second out. He covers a ton of ground out there.
That's just a stroll in the park for Andrew. Not a whole lot of stress there, just coasting to the big part of the field.
He has made some great plays this week.
He can go get it.
2 men out. Third baseman Brandon Inge steps in. Inge ended up 1 out of 4 last night. .210 average on the season. Fouls it back. 0-1. The Tigers have lost 5 straight ball games. Their record coming into today 22-23. Same record as the Pirates, who have won 4 straight. Against the Tigers in interleague play at PNC Park, the Pirates are 8-6 all time. 1-1 to Inge. Paul Mulholland gets his sign from Chris Snyder. He's ready. Now the 1-1. Just on the corner. One thing we saw Jeff Karstens do quite a bit on Friday night. He left basically nothing down the middle. Everything was painted inside, outside, and Paul looks like he's trying to do the same thing here. Jeff went 2 outs into the 5th with a perfect game. Worked pretty well for him. And a ground ball to left field. Brandon Inge, a 2-out single.
A little bit off the end of the bat of Inge. Pitch away from him. Just hooks it. Not with all that much authority, but finding the hole between Steve Pearce and Ronnie Cedeno.
Inge aboard. Martinez in scoring position at second. And the batter will be Casper Wells. This will be just his 47th at bat this season. And for Wells, he's hit safely in 9 of the 11 games he has started. Dribbles this one foul. Wells got his first big league action with the Tigers last year. 21 out of 62. 4 home runs. Played in 22 games during the month of September. Once rosters expanded, he came up to the big club. That has been the bulk of his big league experience. 2 on and 2 out for Detroit. Top of the second, no score. Paul's 0-1. A line drive to right. And Martinez is going to get waved home. Here comes the throw. It is not in time. And the Tigers lead 1-0 on a 2-out RBI single by Casper Wells. That walk comes back to bite Paul Mulholland.
Yeah, a good piece of hitting going the other way, and Garrett Jones comes up firing. It just didn't look like he got a whole lot on that throw. And Martinez doesn't run all that well, but just well enough to get around Chris Snyder.
So the drive-by slide on the AGH cam. A lot of guys doing that these days will slide by home plate, catch it with their hand. Now here's Rick Porcello, owner of 2 major league hits And 2 major league runs batted in, and they both came in this ballpark 2 years ago in a game against the Pirates.
Yeah, not only did he pitch well in that game, he went 7 innings, just allowed the 1 earned run, but hit pretty well to boot.
0-1 pitch. Strike 2. I was joking with Tigers TV announcer Mario Pembo before the game. He said, "What do you think?" I said, "Well, if the Pirates can keep Rick Porcello off the bases, they got a chance." 2 on, 2 out, 1 in for Detroit. The 0-2. Porcello leaned but didn't offer. Paul Mulholland trying to get the Pirates to the plate in the second inning. Neil Walker will lead off. 2-2 now to Porcello. Walker, Overbay, and Pierce at the bottom of the second for the Bucks. 40 pitches so far. Paul would like to end the inning right here. Two pitch. Ground ball left side. Cedeno's got it. He'll fire on to first, and he gets Porcello by a step. Bang bang play at first base. 1 run comes in on 2 hits. 1-0 Tigers. Bottom of the second, the Pittsburgh kid Neil Walker will lead off. Time for today's PNC achievement. We look back at Jim Leyland's success as the Pirates skipper, manager from 86 to 96. 851 wins, 3 divisional titles. Jim Leyland still a popular figure here and still lives in Pittsburgh. That's our PNC achievement, brought to you by PNC, for the achiever in you. You had a chance to visit with the skipper today, John?
Yep. Seems content, having a good time, enjoying the competition, likes his team, as he should. Got his boy playing down there in Lakeland, Florida, a catcher drafted by the Tigers last summer.
Patrick.
Yep.
Neil Walker facing Rick Porcello. Pirates trailing by a run here early in the ball game. Porcello's first pitch to Walker way inside, backed him up. Well, Neil didn't have a hit last night, but he certainly contributed. Plated the game tying run batted in the 6th inning with a sacrifice fly. Leads the team with runs batted in with 30. And that is good for one of the top numbers for his position in baseball. Neal putting up some all-star type numbers. 1-1. And he ripped it right back into the glove of Porcello. Look what I found. Wow. That was ticketed for center field on a single. And Porcello got out of it unscathed.
Just another good at bat for Neil Walker. Another good swing. A hard hit ball. And unfortunately for Neil, Porcello falls off to the first base side of the mound. And his follow through took him right to that hard hit line drive. That's frustrating as a hitter. You hit it right on the button. You do all you're supposed to do and end up getting robbed by the pitcher.
Lyle Overbay, first ball swinging. Long run for Inge. Wow, he had to go a long way to get that one. 2 down quickly. AGH Sports Medicine injury update. Pedro Alvarez yesterday placed on the 15-day disabled list. Right quad tightness. He was 4 games earlier in the month with a similar ailment. Pedro Siriaco's been called up to take his place. Playing in his place today, Steve Pearce at third base. AGH injury update brought to you by Allegheny General Hospital Sports Medicine, the official medical provider for the Pittsburgh Pirates. 0-1 to Pearce. Well, it's 0-2 quickly.
First 2 outs pretty quick. Not a lot of pitches, so I think Steve, the first pitch was taking all the way. And a good breaking ball, 0-1.
He hits the 0-2 pitch down to Inge. The Pirates gone quietly here in the second inning. We're through 2 full. Tigers with a 1-0 lead.
Park for a beautiful day for baseball. It was also a good night for baseball last night. Over 37,000 on hand for Neil Walker bobblehead night. Now, it was his second career bobblehead, though he would like to possibly make just one little change to it.
The only thing I would have changed was to be a little less baby-faced look. I mean, I looked like I was 15. Looked like I am 15 in the picture, so...
more 5 o'clock shadow?
Yeah, maybe a little more 5 o'clock shadow. That's the only thing I would change. No, it's a good bobblehead. It's cool.
I know the 5 o'clock shadow can be cool, but Neil, trust me when I tell you, eventually that shadow goes gray. And I know about the gray beard, guys. Yeah, I know it all too well.
Might be mistaken for a playoff beard, which would be a good mistake to make for baseball here.
That's true. Someday, though.
Thanks, Danny. Jackson bunts it right back to Mulholland. One down quickly. Yeah, Dan Potash could be graybeard the Pirate.
Yeah, well, I mean, he didn't get to grow it out too long this year, unfortunately.
Paul Mulholland gets the first out of the third inning. Plays Scott Sizemore. Sizemore popped up to second base. His first time up.
But you really realize how long the NHL playoffs are when your team's out of it. and they're still going. It seems like it's been forever since the Penguins played. That they haven't gotten to the finals yet.
And the guys that are still playing look like they're on the cover of a cough drop box.
Yep.
0-2 to Sizemore. Nothing in 2 to the Tigers' second baseman today. Ryan Rayburn will be on deck. A little bit high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One out, nobody aboard for Detroit. Paul Maholm's given up just the 1 run. Oh, nice looking backdoor curveball. And strike 3 as Sizemore is down for the second time, and that is the 3rd punch out for Paul.
And here's that pitch from the strike zone, presented by Range Resources. The backdoor breaker, perfectly placed. Paul Maholm continues to pitch confidently.
Ryan Rayburn takes outside. That's a tough pitch to hit for a right-handed hitter, though. That breaking ball that just nicks that outside edge.
Out of the hand, it looks like it's a foot outside, if not more.
And you just don't have the recovery time as a hitter to get a good swing on.
Unless you pick up spin right away. Even if you do pick up the spin right away, it's almost like it's just a pitch you got to foul off because it's in such a good spot. That'll freeze a lot of hitters because you just see it out of his hand as being a ball outside.
Snyder wanted that one called a strike. Kevin Correa last night got his 6th win. First win at PNC Park, too. What a good performance. KC, Kevin Correa, in 6 2/3 last night. Ryan Rayburn, a 2-out walk now. But Correa last night in 6 2/3. He struck out 4, just 2 earned runs, given up, didn't walk anybody. A number of ground ball outs, played a little defense too.
Yeah, good stuff. And for the most part all year he's been on the edges with light movement, whether it's breaking into a lefty, away from a lefty, into a righty, away from a righty, and just good stuff.
I'm hoping to keep it up here today. Giants have had some pretty good pitching performances lately. Very effective with his pitches too in terms of efficiency, just 96 pitches.
The big 0 up there, always important under the walk department.
0-1 to Cabrera. That's 1-1. Mike Winters calling that one a ball.
Not missing by much. Range Resources says that Mike Winters got it right.
Rayburn the lead from first. 1-1 to Miguel Cabrera. Right at third base, and Steve Pearce has it in the webbing of the glove. Nothing across for the Tigers. Bucks coming to the plate next. Nothing Tigers. Our Barrel Automotive League leaders stat. We look at the top team batting averages in the National League over the last 10 days. Cubs up on top, Rockies next. And there are those Pittsburgh Pirates right in the middle, 270 over the last week and a half, ahead of the Cardinals and the Reds. And both the Cardinals and the Reds ahead of them in the National League Central Division standings. Chris Snyder, first ball swinging, pops it up. The foul out to Brandon Inge. So quickly, one man is out of the Pirates half of the third. If you've got a question for us, now's the time to ask. Grab your cell phone, text the keyword booth, followed by your question and name. Name's important, question also. 412-412. We may answer it on the air later in the game. Message and data rates may apply. I'm sure that John Wayner will have an excellent answer for whatever question you fire at him.
I hope so.
I'm just going to read the question. I'm not going to have an answer. But you've got to come up big, Rock.
I hope. I always hope to. Never know what's going to come out of this.
It opens up and stuff comes out.
Yep. At times uncontrollably.
Strike called. Porcello to Cedeno. 2-1 to the Pirates shortstop. Well, I tell you what, Ronnie. A nice job lately, not only offensively but defensively. 30 straight games without an error. About a month without any kind of miscues defensively. He has had 4 multi-hit games over his last 6 games.
Nice to see Ronnie. And he's confident. The whole package. Usually pretty good.
2-2 to Cedeno. Inside 3-2. Over his last 20 games, Ronnie's been hitting .333. 21 out of 63. He's got a home run, and that came in Milwaukee on the 13th. It's a little over a week ago. 3-2. Swing and a miss. He's down on strikes. So Porcello has now retired 8 straight to start the ball game for Detroit.
And again, here you'll see the replay. Watch the late movement on your AGH cam. Looks like it's going to be about down the middle and thigh high, and the bottom just falls out of it. Falling off a table.
Paul Maholm. Ball 1. Paul trying to connect here with 2 outs. 1 ball and 1 strike to Paul. Nobody on, 2 away. Snyder flied out foul to the third baseman Brandon Inge to start the half inning. Cedeno has struck out. And a 2-1 on the way from Porcello. In the air to left field, but Ryan Rayburn is there. 9 straight set down by Rick Porcello. Tigers a 1-0 lead through 3.
by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go Bucks!
This day in Pirates history brought to you by Day Automotive, May 22nd, 1968. Willie Stargell, 5 for 5 with 3 home runs and 7 runs batted in a 13-6 win over the Cubs at Wrigley Field. Dave Wickersham pitched 5 innings of relief and earned a save. Willie Stargell, the only left-handed hitter ever for the Pirates to get 3 home runs in a game. Thanks to our friends at Day Automotive for this day in Pirates history. And by the way, since we're on a sabermetric Sunday, Willie Stargell's career OPS plus was 147.
That is excellent, to say the least.
I believe that's tied for 39th all time. So Paul Maholm here in the top of the 4th will face the Detroit catcher Victor Martinez. Johnny Peralta and Brandon Inge will follow. First pitch outside, ball 1. I don't know to Martinez, who walked his first time up, and he has scored the game's lone run. Maholm falls behind 2-0 to Martinez. Victor's having himself a pretty strong month of May. .377, 6 doubles, 2 home runs, 14 runs batted in May.
Switch hitter. Dangerous with a bat in his hands. You don't see that very often anymore, where catchers are such an offensive force.
Martinez was with Boston, split time behind the plate, played some first base there. So on the ground is second, and Neil Walker throws him out, 1 away. We were talking about Willie Stargell, his career OPS plus of 147 on a sabermetric Sunday. But here's a stat you might not be aware of. Home runs by ballpark, hit 147 at Three Rivers, 74 at Forbes Field. Next was Wrigley Field with 32, and then he hammered Shea Stadium pretty well with 26 home runs.
Leaves him hitting more home runs on the road than he did at home. Willie Stargell, 475 career homers, 221 between Three Rivers and Forbes. So what's that make it? 254 on the road.
How many of those home runs did you see at Three Rivers as a kid growing up in Carrick?
A lot. Well, I saw a good bit.
One pitch. That's high, 2-1.
We all knew the windmill playing wiffle ball out front. I had a pretty good left-handed wiffle ball swing.
You imitated Pop's stance.
Yeah, we did both. It was usually, you were the Pirates or the Phillies, and you had to hit according to who was up. And you tried to look like the hitter, whether it be the Phillies lineup or the Pirates lineup. It was a big rivalry back then. The Phillies, there were some great matchups between the Bucks and the Phillies during the 70s.
This one up in the air down the right side. Garrett Jones gives it a look. That's going to make the seats. Well, I'd say there's probably a pretty big difference from somebody that you had to imitate, going from Willie Stargell to maybe, I don't know, Tim Foley to Bob Walk.
Never tried to emulate the Bob Walk swing.
The left field and deep. And if it's fair, it's gone. It is fair and gone. A solo home run for Johnny Peralta, his 7th of the year. And the Tigers now lead it 2-0. Tabata just turned and watched it. He knew it was out.
3-2 pitch from Paul Maholm. See it here on the AGH cam, the super slow-mo, and just got too much plate. You can see Chris Snyder looked like he wanted it inside and ended up sailing over the heart.
There's the 4th home run Paul's given up. Ground ball to short. Brandon Inge out. 2 away. Bring up Casper Wells. Wells, the right fielder, had an RBI single in the 2nd inning, driving in Victor Martinez. Martinez scoring from second base on that play. Here is Wells against Maholm with 2 outs and the base is empty. Nothing in 1 to Wells. Well, the Pirates found themselves down 2-0 in last night's ball game, like they are right now, and then in the 6th picked up 3, got 3 more in the 7th. Well, into a 6-2 win.
Well, hopefully the bats will wake up for Paul Maholm. He hasn't pitched much with the lead this year, and we showed you the numbers, how well the Pirates have been hitting the ball the last 10 days. In fact, the last 4 games, the Bucks have scored at least 5 runs in each. 5 of the last 6. Obviously, the last game the Pirates didn't score 5 was Paul's last start in Washington.
See how close he came to going here. Looks like he held it. 2 balls and a strike to Casper Wells. Maholm's pitch in there for a called strike. Porcello's retired 9 in a row. And last night, Max Scherzer retired 9 in a row through the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. In fact, he struck out 6, including the side in the 5th, before the Pirates finally got to him. Fills the count at 3-2. Good to get him right here and then have Porcello lead off in the next inning.
Yeah, that's 4-seamer under the hands, just missing in. Might set up a sinker away.
It's fouled back. Just saw Justin Verlander in the middle. Don Kelly. There's Verlander. Mr. No-hitter.
Yep, good and bad. We missed Verlander here this year at PNC Park. I'm sure the Pirate hitters aren't complaining, but I'm sure the fans of Pittsburgh would have enjoyed watching him pitch.
Got him. Strike 3, and Maholm gets the punch out. 2-0 Tigers. Nothing to the Detroit Tigers with John Wayne. I'm Tim Neverett. Back to the top of the order for the Bucks. Rick Porcello's been perfect for the first 3 innings.
Yeah, he's been good. And these guys, a lot of these guys probably haven't faced him. A few of our guys faced Porcello, but you know, he's been down in the zone using that sinker, and he's been effective. But hopefully, like last night, we'll come back, get some runners aboard, and get the key hits.
We'll see what Andrew McCutchen can do here. Jose Tabata and Garrett Jones as they get set to face Porcello for the second time. Porcello with 1 strikeout to get Ronnie Cedeno. And issues a strike right there to McCutchen. McCutchen 0 for 1. Fly to right first time up. 4 out of 9 in the series. And he's down 0-2. Pirates won both games of a 2-game set in Cincinnati. And then came back home and won the first 2 against Detroit. Got 2 more to go after today. Day off tomorrow, then 2 with the Atlanta Braves. Travel day Thursday, then back on the road. 3 straight day games with the Chicago Cubs, then 4 in New York with the Mets.
Four in New York. Those longer, like 4-day trips seem like they take forever.
Yeah.
And a few times you can actually unpack the suitcases. You'll see this pitch from the strike zone, presented by Range Resources. Well off the outside edge.
2-2 inside. Count full at 3-2 now to McCutchen. 4 days in New York just means we're going to get a couple of extra subway tokens.
That's all.
Going to have them in reserve.
Let's see former Pirate coach Terry Collins.
3-2, and that's off his foot. Must have hit him pretty hard at the rate in which it went out to third baseman Brandon Inge.
And you always hope when you foul a ball off your body that it hits a good spot. I'm not sure if that got him in the shin guard there, or because those hurt.
Payoff pitch from Porcello. Inside ball 4, and the Pirates have their first base runner after seeing 9 straight go down to start the ball game. You can ask about how each member of your group can take home a Pirates cap or Roberto Clemente replica jersey with just the price of a ticket, in addition to a great discount. To reserve your group tickets, call 1-800-BUY-BUCKS or visit pirates.com/groups. Bucko games are funner in bunches. Let's look at the Clemente replica right there, shown to us by Neil Walker. Again, 1-800-BUY-BUCKS or visit pirates.com and book your group today. Tabata jump out of the way of that inside pitch from Porcello.
Came up and in on Tabata first pitch last at bat, and you see it again. And that late movement and chasing him out of there.
There goes McCutchen. Throw down by Martinez, not in time. And Andrew McCutchen has a stolen base, his 7th of the season. And now the Pirates have a man in scoring position.
Huge jump from Andrew McCutchen. No chance for Victor Martinez. Easy as it gets. Almost looked like he was pulling up a bit before the foot first slide. Let's see if Jose can at least move him up 90 feet. I haven't seen Jose bunt a whole lot. I mean, on occasion, an Inge playing back a bit at third. 1-1 count. You might think about it.
Swinging bunt, but McCutchen not able to move up a little bit too far toward Inge. And Tabata is out 5-3 on the putout. And stuck at second is McCutchen.
So I think that's just a good play. You know, first 2 at bats for Tabata. They're pounding him in, so it's good. They're going to make it difficult for him to hit a ball to the right side. And Inge gives you a little room over there. The worst case scenario, if you try to lay one down, is you move McCutchen up 90 feet. Best case scenario, you beat it out, and you got first and third, nobody out.
Garrett Jones bounced out to Miguel Cabrera at first base. That was to end the first inning. Jones with 6 home runs, 5 of those 6 on the road. And tapper to the first baseman again. Cabrera. Assisted put out, and McCutchen over to third base with 2 down.
Yeah, that's, I'm not saying that this is what's going to happen if Tabata moved Andrew up, but with a 2-run lead, Jim Leland and the Tigers would have played the infield back, would have conceded that run, and that's why it's so important to be able to advance that runner to where, contact, even weak contact, could have scored Andrew.
Well, McCutchen at third base. And the tying run at the plate with Neil Walker. Batting in the bottom of the 4th inning. Walker scalded one up the middle, but it went right into the glove of the pitcher, Porcello. Nothing in 1 to Neil.
He's been so consistent from day one. Opening day grand slam hit in Chicago, but it gives you a good at bat every time he gets into the box.
This is pulled foul. Well, the way Neil's been playing, I was visiting with his brother-in-law Don Kelly in the Tigers clubhouse today. I said, he said, how's he really doing? I said, he's doing great. I said, he's the kind of guy that, kind of like a goalie in the hockey playoffs. You don't want to talk to him. Just let him do his business. Let him go about his day, and he continues to produce day in and day out.
And I bet Neil would tell you, too, that he probably should have more than the 30 RBIs. He scuffled a bit with runners in scoring position. His average currently sits at 224 with runners on second or third.
Well, Victor Martinez made a good catch there. That one goes to the backstop. Who knows what happens? Whether McCutchen comes or not.
Just unleashed one. Maybe trying to add a little velocity. And again, pitchers sometimes do that. Throw a hard one to set it up a breaker.
1-2, tap foul.
And you'll see that purpose pitch, whether it's high and out of the strike zone, they'll hump up with their best fastball or come in off the plate. Sometimes you'll see a catcher set up way off the plate, 0-2, and get a good hard fastball just to have the batter see it, set up a breaking ball or a changeup.
Got him swinging. So the Pirates will leave 1, and after 4 full, Tigers 2, Pirates nothing.
here at PNC Park that was rained out on May the 12th. Well, it's nothing compared to the rain that the Tigers saw 2 days earlier in Minneapolis. Look at the golf ball sized hail that dropped on the field that pushed the Tigers and the Twins off, so they could not play for about an hour. In fact, Justin Verlander pulled out the fungo bat and was trying to line some of these ice balls, if you will, back out onto the field. Guys, we have not seen anything like that at PNC Park, though I do know that Western PA has had a little hail here from time to time.
Yeah, nobody wants to play hailstone fungo either.
No.
I saw some of that Justin Verlander trying to hit some of those out. We don't have to worry about hailstones here today. Look at that sky, beautiful backdrop. Porcello behind 0-2 to Paul Maholm here in the 5th.
Couldn't imagine how much that would hurt, being hit with golf ball size hail.
Have to wear your helmet out in the field.
Or the damage you could do to your car.
I lived in Colorado. You have extra insurance for your deck on your house because of the amount of hail they have there. Yeah, your deck gets pockmarks in it every year that just gets chewed up. Certain parts of the country have different things. There it's the hail, here it's the stink bugs.
I haven't seen them.
You haven't?
Got a bee problem. I think I'd rather have stink bugs than bees.
Well, stink bugs don't care if they're there or not. Bees do. 2-2 on the inside corner. Strike 3 called, and Porcello down on strikes to start the Tigers' 5th.
Maholm's 5th strikeout, the 4th looking. 3 of the called strikes looking have been on this inside fastball. The AGH cam showing you the fastball right where Chris Snyder gave the target. Didn't have to move the glove.
Center fielder Austin Jackson goes to right field, and over to get it is Garrett Jones. Nice running catch. 2 away quickly. Paul Maholm acknowledging Garrett Jones and his defensive work. Sports is online at rootsports.com with exclusive player interviews and more. So stay connected with our favorite local teams at rootsports.com. You should bookmark it. Make it one of your favorites. Start going to it on a daily basis. Scott Sizemore drops one in front of Tabata for a 2-out single. Sizemore's first hit. Sizemore 1 for 3. He was one of Paul Maholm's strikeout victims. He went down looking in the 3rd. But keeps the inning alive here for Ryan Rayburn, the left fielder. Last time up for Rayburn in the 3rd, he walked and was stranded. Ball 1 to Rayburn. Lots of interleague play. The majority of baseball in interleague play. Only one league game going on, and that is in the National League. Colorado and Milwaukee at Miller Park. No score there. Brewers have taken the first 2 games of that 3-game set. Pirates wouldn't mind a little help from Colorado today. Rayburn takes outside 2-0.
And you got to get in the zone, into the strike zone now if you're Paul Maholm. And with the big man on deck, Miguel Cabrera, who has ridiculous numbers with runners in scoring position. I'd like to see him leading off the next inning.
Up in the air it goes to left field, playable for Tabata. And Jose puts it away. No runs a hit. 1 man left, halfway home, 2-0 Detroit. Detroit going to the bottom of the 5th on a Kids Day Sunday afternoon at PNC Park. Sunny day, 76 degrees at game time. Lyle Overbay leads off against Rick Porcello. Ball 1. Overbay today 0 for 1. Popped out foul to Brandon Inge, third baseman in the 2nd inning. 2 balls and no strikes. Around the division right now in the top of the 6th. Houston a 3-1 lead at Toronto. It's been an interesting series. Houston has had a lead in every one of the games there, and they lead again here, but they've split the first 2. And Overbay hammers this one. Deep left center field. Going back, and it is caught. Ryan Rayburn just kept on running and outran the baseball to make a catch, and there's one away.
Boy, that's just a shame. Lyle Overbay starting to feel it, getting a lot better as we'll see the pitch here on the strike zone by Range Resources up, and Rayburn going back some 390 feet from home plate. So frustrating as a hitter. Hit a ball that well the opposite way and get nothing for it.
Steve Pearce takes a strike. Well, how does that feel as an outfielder? Most places, when you run that far, you're already running to the wall. Here, you run and run and run. Do you start thinking that warning track's got to be under my feet pretty soon?
No, I mean, they take enough fly balls out there, and you know you could feel the track. You could usually know where the wall is, and you'll take a peek here and there, make sure that you have enough room.
There is a lot of room out there, especially in left center.
That's a home run in just about every ballpark except Petco in San Diego.
Ground ball to third. In straightens up and throws out Pearce. 2 away. Let's take a look at our road ahead, brought to you by Nissan. Day off tomorrow, but Tuesday night we're right back here. Pirates pregame at 6:30. Wednesday a day game on the air at noon, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all day games, 1:30, 12:30, 1:30 from Wrigley Field in Chicago, right here on Root Sports. What a day to be doing that. Hanging around in the Allegheny River. A lot of folks getting the boats out.
Yeah, I was just saying, not long. Won't be long before we see the boats all around the ballpark. Now at the point.
2-0 to Chris Snyder. Almost 2-1. Well, the weather, with all the rain we've had recently, people haven't been too motivated to get out in their boats. But days like we've had this weekend, and I'm sure we've got some more great days coming up, especially with the Memorial Day weekend around the corner. The river will be buzzing with activity. 2-1. Snyder. Chopper down to third. Inge with time. And the Pirates done 1, 2, 3 in the 5th. On to the 6th at PNC Park. Detroit 2. And the Buccos nothing.
sponsored by Toyota. Buy right the first time and save more. Visit your local Toyota dealer for details. And by AT&T. Let's go Bucks!
Time for today's AT&T Mobility trivia question. Who was the last Pirates pitcher to hit a home run? Last Pirates pitcher to hit a home run. Give you that answer next half inning or so. Trivia question from AT&T Mobility. 2-0 Tigers, top half of the sixth inning. Miguel Cabrera leading off against Paul Maholm. He will take ball one. Well, on that question, Rock, don't have to give the answer right now, but you and I were both there.
Yep.
Witnessed it. 1-0 pitch. And to right field. Jones going back. This ball carrying. It is off the Clemente wall. Around first, heading for second base is Cabrera, and he is in with a double. Lead-off two-base hit for Miguel Cabrera. Second extra base hit for the Tigers this afternoon.
Well, the AGH cam, a pitch down and away from the Tiger slugger Cabrera, and usually you see a ball leave the bat with that trajectory. It's a line drive to right field. You don't expect there to be any damage done, but he's so strong to all fields, just effortless. It's such a great hitter. That ball just jumps out there halfway up the 21-foot wall.
That is the Tigers' 55th double over the last 27 games, and second in the American League as far as the team goes in terms of doubles. And Victor Martinez takes a strike, and here's a number for you, Rock, as far as extra base hits are concerned. 46 straight games with at least one extra base hit. And that streak is the best by a Tigers team since at least 1919.
Wow.
In 1986, they had a 51-game streak to begin the season. So this 46-game streak, second behind that one since 1919. And the only team in Major League Baseball to have at least one extra base hit in every game they've played. Chris Wiesop loosening up now for the Pirates. Top of the sixth, nobody out. Miguel Cabrera, a leadoff double. And a 1-1 pitch coming to Victor Martinez. Little roller foul. It's 1-2.
He was trying to move Cabrera up. Saw the inside out swing as Cabrera looks like yelling into the catcher Martinez from second base.
One and two the count. It's outside 2-2.
Looked like a little quick pitch from Paul Maholm. You don't see that very often. The slide step with the runner at second base, especially a runner like Cabrera. He's not going anywhere. But sometimes that'll mess up the timing of the hitter. Gets it to the plate a little quicker.
It's pulled off the front of the Pirates dugout. Good seat to have. You never know when a foul ball is going to come your way.
Yeah, it's always good to sit near the ball girls. You know they're going to get a couple down their way, and they're going to give them to some lucky fan.
2-0 Tigers, nobody out. Popped him up. Cedeno will measure this one up. There's one away. It's the Coors Light sixth inning. Time to check out today's freeze cam. And occasionally we'll get a fan involved in this one. This was Johnny Peralta's home run back in the fourth inning. And let's see. How about that? That's a great barehanded snag right there. Coors Light Free Scan brought to you by Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Oh, it's hit so hard it knocked him over.
Momentum. Was that inertia? An object in motion tends to stay in motion?
Probably.
I'm not sure if I was referring to the guy or the ball. There's Peralta. Takes strike 2. Nothing in 2.
And there you'll see another backdoor breaking ball. Perfectly placed. Outside corner at the knees.
Oh, 2 is low, blocked by Snyder. A ball and 2 strikes. Out in the Pirates bullpen, left-hander Daniel Moscas has joined Chris Resop in warming up, so Bucks with double barrel action. Look at the pins. Joaquin Benoit warming up for the Tigers. The pitch. That's up and in.
If you're Peralta, got a fastball inner third last time up and hit it out of the ballpark. Fall behind 0-2, work at the 2-2. What are you going to get? Paul Maholm? If he wants to go back in there or stay away.
To center field. That'll get down in front of McCutchen. Andrew comes up throwing. Cabrera will stop at third. One hop to the plate. Runners at first and third now with 1 out.
And that's a veteran hitter, Johnny Peralta. As you see the AGH cam, he figured he wasn't going to get another pitch inside, so he's looking away, gets it out over the plate, doesn't try to pull it, hits it up the middle.
Clint Hurdle coming out to the mound. And that's going to do it for Paul Maholm. Johnny Peralta chases out the Pirates starter today. Great pictures from today's action from the AGH cam. Paul Maholm finished after 5 1/3 innings, striking out 5. 2 runs to the moment. Still responsible for 2 on base. And he makes way for right-hander Chris Resop. Reesop inherits 2 runners. Tigers with runners at the corners and 1 out.
Well, hopefully Chris can get a ground ball. Keep this a 2-run ball game with the double play here, and maybe the bats will wake up. It's Rick Porcello doing a pretty good job, actually an excellent job. The Pirates without a hit through 5, so we need to clean this up here. Runners on the corners, 1 out.
Brandon Inge 1 for 2, singled in the 2nd inning and then grounded to short in the 4th. Reesop ready to go. He delivers outside. 1-0. This be a nice time for double play ball.
Indeed.
Brandon Inge. Get something going for the Tigers here. Chris Reesop looking to shut him down. 1 out, 2 on. Here's the 1-0. Nice pitch.
We'll take a look at that pitch from the strike zone, presented by Range Resources. A breaking ball. A little bit up out over the plate, but a 1-0 pitch. Inge doesn't want it.
Throw to first, and getting back is Johnny Peralta.
If you're Lloyd McClendon, the hitting coach for the Tigers, or Jim Leland, you're wondering why is Inge not hacking at that pitch with a runner at third? You want to get a ball out of the infield. That's the pitch to do it with. Breaking ball up, as you can see, Chris Reesop inherited runners.
Miguel Cabrera down at third. Now that's 2 strikes. Cabrera started the inning with a double off the right field wall. Victor Martinez popped out to Cedeno for the first out. Peralta base hit to center and moved Cabrera to third. There's Lloyd McClendon, former Bucco skipper, star and hero of the Little League World Series too. 1 year. Just a few years ago.
If you don't get the double play ball, strikeout will do.
Brandon Inge currently hitting .214. Has 1 home run on the year. And he's knocked in 12 runs. First and third. Reesop ready. And the 1-2 pitch. Got him. Big out right there for Chris Reesop as he strikes out Brandon Inge.
Good location there, and that's why early in the count you get a hanging breaking ball. That's the pitch to drive the run home, and Inge decided to take it. So then you get behind in the count, and a fastball, good location. You can see in the AGH cam, Inge just trying to protect out there on the pitch a little bit off the plate. Comes up empty.
Now he'll face Casper Wells. Wells drove in a run with a single in the 2nd inning and then struck out swinging in the 4th. One of Paul Maholm's 5 strikeout victims.
Chris Snyder talking to Chris Reesop, perhaps talking over the game plan facing Wells here with the pitcher on deck.
To center field. Here comes McCutcheon. He makes a great sliding grab. Circus time in center field for Andrew McCutcheon. And Chris Reesop puts out the fire.
Routine event.
Andrew McCutcheon, great break on the ball. He's got another highlight reel catch. Park, gorgeous Sunday afternoon. There's a nice boat to be on. Our AT&T Mobility Trivia question: who was the last Pirates pitcher to hit a home run? Well, John, you and I were there. May 9th, 2009. It was Mother's Day at Citi Field. And Ronnie Cedeno lines one to the gap in right center field. That's going to get down and go to the wall. And Cedeno gets the first hit off Rick Porcello. Porcello had a no-hitter through 5. And Cedeno breaks it up with a double.
Stay hot, Ronnie. Getting a pitch out over the plate. Driving it into the opposite gap. That's what you hope to do against a sinker baller. Get him up and take him the other way. Boy, and when he's swinging the bat, well, his head just doesn't move. And you see the jump off the bat. Ronnie Cedeno, not a big man, but he has big pop. And maybe we can get something going here. Get Paul Maholm off the hook.
Xavier Paul hitting in the 9 spot for the pitcher Chris Resaw. Nobody out, runner at second. And the bunt. And this will easily get Cedeno to third base. Sacrifice, 1-3 goes the put out, and Cedeno now 90 feet away from cutting this lead in half.
And you know, is it a sacrifice? You know, Xavier Paul goes up there, and I think probably trying to get the ball bunted past the pitcher, Porcello. You know, but again, it's a good play. We talked about it last time Jose Tabata was at the plate with Andrew McCutchen on second and nobody out. You know, it's a win-win situation. You drop down a good bunt. It's first and third, nobody out. A so-so bunt. Runner on third, 1 out.
Andrew McCutchen an RBI chance. 1 ball and no strikes. He walked and stole second in the 4th inning. 7th swipe of a base this year. And then back in the 1st, he flied out to right. 2-0.
Look for a pitch to hit up the middle. Hard up the middle. The corners are in. Cabrera at first, Inge a few steps behind the bag at third. Work the middle.
3-0.
Andrew looking down at third base coach Nick Leyva to see if he has the green light or not.
And he takes ball 4. A 4-pitch walk. And now runners at the corners. Porcello, with the walk of McCutchen, has put the tying run on base. Second time Kutch has walked today. Now Rick Knapp, the pitching coach for Detroit, will come out and have a word with Rick Porcello, 22-year-old right-hander. Pirates trying to get Paul Maholm off the hook now.
Porcello has been very efficient through 5 1/3. He's only thrown 66 pitches, so plenty in the tank. But Knapp going out to talk to him here for a moment, get the bullpen active, give them some time to get heated up.
Al Albuquerque, the right-hander, and Daniel Schlereth, the left-hander, warming up. Now Porcello, his first full season with the Tigers 2 years ago, won 14 games. That was the most in Tigers history by a pitcher who was 20 years of age or younger at the time. Tigers have a lot of history. But the Pirates trying to get after him here with 2 on and 1 out. Tabata pounds it into the ground, foul.
And Jose's been trying to pull Porcello, and Porcello's been pounding him inside. 2 grounders to third. You don't want to see that here. Stay out of the double play. Up to 2 strikes. Look for something out over. Try to shoot that hole on the right side.
Tabata watching it the whole way for ball 1. You see Tigers defensively, third base, Ronnie Cedeno, and over at first, the speedy Andrew McCutchen. The 1-1 to Tabata will wait. Porcello wanted to see probably if McCutchen was on the move.
Yeah, that's an equalizer. That makes you hesitate. Think twice before taking off from first.
Tabata toward the middle. There's one. There's two. And Rick Porcello escapes as Jose Tabata gets into an inning-ending double play. On to the 7th, 2-0 Tigers. For Detroit, no runs, just the one hit for the Pirates. As we are here at PNC Park today, we invite you to join the Pirates Sunday, June 5th for the Pitch for Hope Women's Baseball Clinic. This clinic will instruct women on the proper fundamentals of baseball, including hitting, fielding, and base running. And after the clinic, guests will be treated to a private brunch. A portion of the proceeds benefit Glimmer of Hope. For tickets or for more information, call 1-800-BUY-BUCKS to find out about Pitch for Hope Women's Baseball Clinic coming up. Xavier Paul remains in the game. He will play left field, stays in the number 9 spot, and entering in the 2 spot in the order for Jose Tabata as part of the double switch is Daniel McCutchen. The right-hander will face his opposite number now, Rick Porcello, to start the inning.
McCutchen's been nothing but good since being called up from AAA Indianapolis, throwing strikes for the most part. A lot of contact.
Porcello, a little slow roller down to third. Throw by Pierce too late. Rick Porcello has 3 major league hits. All 3 have come against the Pirates in this ballpark. 2 in 2009, and now this one.
Swinging bunt. And you'll see it here. Pitch outside off the end of the bat. The AGH cam just trickles some 25 feet from home plate. Nothing you can do there as a third baseman.
Austin Jackson.
Wow, Overbay is going to go behind Porcello. This is a possible bunt situation here.
Jackson looks at a ball inside. Jackson is 0 for 3. Pitch by McCutchen. It takes a while to find his ERA because you have to look hard for it. Not much there. 0.49.
Just one earned run allowed. League hitting just .222 against them.
And for Daniel McCutchen, talk about a tale of two cities for him. At the end of spring training, notified he'd be going to AAA to start the season. Obviously a disappointment for a guy who was on the big league club for a lot of the year last year. Broke camp as the 5th starter in 2010. And then he's in Indy for just 2 days. There's a strike. Never pitched in the game. And the phone rings and he's on his way here.
Gotta love it.
And in a different kind of role. He started off as a long reliever, and now Clint Hurdle using him as a short reliever in late innings. Two pitch. Jackson fouls it back. Clint Hurdle flip-flopping the roles of McCutchen and Resop primarily. Porcello, the runner at first base, and Daniel McCutchen into the stretch. 2-2 to right field, right at Garrett Jones. One down. Earlier in the game, we asked you to text the booth the question. Our question today comes in from Mikey. Mikey wants to know, Rock, can a batter in the box tell when a catcher sets up inside or outside?
Not unless he's getting help. Maybe you can have a runner on second base. Or I've even heard of guys on the on-deck circle, maybe saying your name or whatever to tell you where the catcher's setting up, in or out. The runner at second might be able to tip you off somehow to let you know if he's in or out. But you certainly can't peek. If you peek, you're going to have a bruise. I remember Matt Williams. It used to be, people used to think the way he kind of rubbed his chin on his shoulder, they thought that somehow he was peeking in to see where the catchers sat up. But no, it's amazing, especially a big guy like Chris Snyder behind the plate. I mean, and you see the late movement at times, setting up for a pitch. And you think you'd be able to hear something, but you can't. Make hitting a lot easier.
Snyder setting up toward the outside. Pitch right there for a strike. So got Sizemore behind 1 and 2.
Take a look at the strike zone. It's paint.
One of the no-nos of hitting. You don't look, see what the catcher's doing. It's when you're not looking, you can tell the pitcher to do something that'll help him out later.
About the only thing that you could do as a hitter, or would know where the pitch could possibly be, in my mind, was that sometimes you'll see a catcher, they'll go tap their glove like right behind you to make it sound like he's inside. If you hear that, you know it's not going to be inside, typically.
Sometimes, can you pick up when a catcher, sometimes when he taps his glove on the ground, trying to tell the guy to bounce one up there? Is that something you can pick up?
Not really. No, can't. You don't hear very much.
Strike 3 call. McCutchen guns down Sizemore. 2 away in the 7th.
Take a look again. Here on the strike zone. A little help. See it in slow-mo. Chris Snyder real quiet with the glove. Doesn't pull the ball back in. Just sticks it.
Ryan Rayburn, the left fielder. He takes a strike. And oftentimes when you see kids coming up through whatever age group they're in, catchers will try to pull that back in, thinking they're going to fool the umpire, and really what they're doing is they're telling the umpire, yeah, that wasn't a strike.
See it here all the time. Yeah, I mean, not all the time, but you see it at the big league level. You see guys pulling the glove up or pulling it in. You're not going to get a call when you're moving your glove around.
Porcello the runner at first after a leadoff infield single. McCutchen has been able to get Jackson to fly out. He struck out Sizemore. And that one a little bit low. Snyder wants an appeal. Mike Kuklinski, the umpire there, says nope. That'll be ball one. Daniel McCutchen from Norman, Oklahoma. Went to the University of. 1-2 pitch to left field and deep. This one is foul. And a sigh of relief for McCutchen.
Just a long strike.
That thing was right down the line.
Got the changeup up over the heart.
Rayburn was trying to will that ball to go more to the right, but it wouldn't have any of it. Again, the 1-2. 2-2 now. Ryan Rayburn hitting in the third spot for Jim Leyland's Detroit Tigers. Struck out in the first, walked in the third, and then flied to left in the fifth. There is Miguel Cabrera. McCutchen like to stay away from him with runners on. 2-2. Strike three. Got him. 2 strikeouts for Daniel McCutchen. And after giving up the infield single to Rick Porcello, he gets the Tigers in order. 1, 2, 3. So Ryan Rayburn swinging through this one. Good pitch, good location. Rayburn fans to end the top half of the 7th. It's stretch time here at PNC Park. Tigers leading it 2-0, and now we keep you here on this Sunday afternoon. And join public address announcer Tim DeVacco.
Is Mike Luft. Mike is joined on the field by Lieutenant Colonel Arthur Sullenbarger. Colonel Sullenbarger has been a member of the Pennsylvania Air National Guard for over 27 years and recently returned home to Pittsburgh after a tour of duty in support of Operation Iraqi and Enduring Freedom.
Land that I love, stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountain to the prairie, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Join Red
Welcome back to PNC Park. Watching the Pirates on Root Sports with John Wayner, Dan Potash, and Tim Neverett. Garrett Jones leading off against Rick Porcello. He takes ball one. Porcello has been sensational this afternoon, giving up just the one hit. The 6th inning leadoff double to Ronnie Cedeno. Pirates trying to get into him a little bit here. Just down 2-0. Still very reachable.
A bloop and a blast.
Pirates won game 1 Friday night, going away 10-1. Win 6-2 last night. Jeff Karstens and Kevin Correa, outstanding pitching performances.
Porcello, a bit of a long inning for him.
And Garrett Jones to center field. Jackson collects it for the out.
I figured Porcello, after getting the double play in the bottom of the 6th, one out, led off to 7, got on with the swinging bunt single, and had to stand on the bases for 3 outs. Had to go back in, obviously, go back out, warm up, as opposed to just sitting around watching his offense work. He had to stand on the base over at first.
Neil Walker takes inside, ball 1. Walker is 0 for 2 today. Hit a bullet back to the mound in the 2nd inning that Porcello caught out of the air. That ball was headed for center field. This time he takes outside, 1-1. Right on the corner.
Hasn't thrown many changeups. 1-0 pitch, a good changeup, good location.
Walker up in the air to center field. It's Karen. Jackson to the track, makes the catch. Boy, Austin Jackson got a late break on that ball. I'm not sure he saw it right off the bat. He was able to recover, make the catch on the track, and quickly 2 away for the Pirates in the 7th.
Yeah, you're going to have to hit it. I mean, it's going to have to get out of the ballpark, or you're going to have to hit a ball on the line for that guy not to catch it. And Jackson with great speed, covers a lot of territory.
Lyle Overbay flat out deep to left center field in the 5th. Ryan Rayburn made a great running catch on him deep in the gap. Would have been out of most ballparks, but not here. Very, very deep left center field area. Ryan Rayburn, as though he were running a fly pattern down the sideline.
Yep.
Just kept on running and running and running and made an over the shoulder catch. 0-1 pitch. And Overbay toward the middle. Johnny Peralta throws him out. 1, 2, 3 go the Bucks in the 7th. On to the 8th. Just an 8th pitch inning for Rick Porcello. The top half of the 8th inning. Don't go anywhere. You'll miss Clint Hurdle's take on the game and what the players are saying from the field. Stick around. Catch Pirates post game coming up following the conclusion of this ball game right here on Root Sports. Well, she's looking forward to it. So is he. Kids Day Sunday afternoon. A lot of these kids anxious to run the bases. A gorgeous Sunday at PNC Park. Get to do that after each game thanks to H.K. Anderson Pretzels.
Picture perfect day. Taking a ball game.
Yep, that's how many runs the Tigers have. That's right. Oh, looks like the Dippin' Dots, Rock.
Good stuff.
Here's Miguel Cabrera taking a strike from Daniel McCutchen. Nothing in one to Cabrera. He had a double off the right field wall in the 6th inning. And flares this one into foul ground. Right into the front row. A little fumble-rooski in the front row, but I think still recovered to get it. Gentleman in the green cap.
McCutchen ran one in there on Cabrera, tied him up.
No balls and 2 strikes. Cabrera 1 for 3 today. Here's the pitch. 1-2, trying to get him to chase. Well, Colorado had a 1-0 lead in that game with Milwaukee. Brewers have since put 3 up through the top of the 6th inning. 3-1 Brewers. Houston leading Toronto 3-2, bottom of the 8th. St. Louis pounding Kansas City 7-1, top of the 5th. Cincinnati on the verge of being swept by Cleveland.
Sent them reeling.
9-4. Tribe with the lead over the Reds. Bottom of the 7th. Cleveland hangs on. That'll be 5 in a row down for Cincinnati. The Cubs and Boston play the rubber game at Fenway Park tonight. 3-2. Outside corner, got him. Called strike 3. 3rd strikeout of the game for Daniel McCutchen.
How about that? McCutchen coming in with just 6 strikeouts in 18 and a third innings. And 3 straight here. As the strike zone has it a little bit off the outside corner, but the crew chief, home plate umpire Mike Winters, has been calling that pretty much all afternoon.
Well, Victor Martinez coming up to the plate, and the Pirates shifting defensively. Nobody on. Steve Pearce has the left side of the infield to himself. Cedeno over on the second base side. And Neil Walker out in short right field. 0-1 the count to Martinez. Victor walked and scored the game's first run back in the 2nd inning, driven in by Casper Wells' RBI single. Strike 2. Daniel McCutchen not fooling around here this afternoon.
And one of those guys you love to play behind. He works fast, throws strikes. Typically you'll get a lot of action, although that hasn't been the case through 1 1/3.
Time is called. Victor Martinez looks out on the field and see where he might find an opening. He's hit 6 balls to the left side this year safely. Maybe tried to go that way and struck out. 4 strikeouts for McCutchen. So 2 men out now in the top of the 8th inning. Time for a Coors Light cold hard blast. And it came back in the 4th inning. Paul Maholm dealing to Johnny Peralta. And he drilled it. Peralta with his 7th home run of the year. It's our cold hard blast brought to you by Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Strike called on Peralta.
Could it be 5 in a row? Daniel McCutchen.
He's working on it. Up and in, 1 ball, 1 strike. Daniel McCutchen has turned out to be a weapon out of the bullpen. 1-1 pitch. This one up in the air to left. Xavier Paul circles around it. And a 1-2-3. Top of the 8th for Daniel McCutchen. Pierce, Snyder, and Cedeno due up for the Bucks. Pirates down 2-0. Activated by the Dodgers off the disabled list. Juan Uribe placed on it. As Dribble Cabrera for the Cleveland Indians. Finish it in a moment here as Pierce pops to center. And there's one out quickly now in the 8th inning. But Cabrera 4 for 4 for the Tribe, leading the Reds 10-4 in the 7th. Yadier Molina, big day for the Cardinals. They're ahead of the Royals 7-1 in the 5th. And James Shields for Tampa Bay, leading the Rays over the Marlins 4-0 in the 9th. 11 strikeouts for Shields. Pirates trying to generate some offense. The only hit off Cedeno in the 6th, and Rick Porcello has been dealing today.
Somehow, some way, as see if we can get a couple of runners on, get Andrew McCutchen up in this inning.
It's only 2 runs. Oh, 2, and Snyder way out in front, strikes out. And Snyder'd like to have that at bat back.
Yeah, took a couple of curveballs for strikes and then chases. See the curveball. Just his 3rd strikeout. Porcello
deals a strike to Cedeno. Ronnie 1 for 2. He struck out swinging back in the 3rd. 1-1 to Ronnie. Two outs. 1-1 pitch popped up. And Rick Porcello is through 8 innings, and he's only given up 1 hit. Tigers lead it 2-0. or Neil Walker's Game Used jersey to your personal collection, along with Game Used lineup cards like that one, helmets, bases, and more from your favorite Pirates players. To get your authentic Pirates merchandise, visit pirates.com/authentics today. So the Buccos trying to find a way to get 3 outs quickly. Be a nice way to commute home after the game, just like that.
No doubt.
Jet ski. Jose Escaño comes on for the Pirates, taking over for Daniel McCutchen. McCutchen outstanding in 2 innings of relief, giving up 1 hit, striking out 4. And now here comes Escaño, makes his 5th appearance after a long rehab battle. Getting his shoulder back in shape after surgery. Took him a long time to get back to the big leagues. And prior to this year, hadn't pitched in the big leagues since August of 2009 with the Pirates before getting injured and shut down. Former Chicago Cub Jose Escaño. 0-1 to Inge. Tries another breaking ball. Late strike call. 0-2 to Inge.
Big bender.
Inge had a base hit back in the 2nd inning. He's grounded out and struck out since. One and 2. Brandon Inge, Casper Wells, and you would expect to see Rick Porcello at the plate. Pirates pitching coach Ray Searage continues to work with his bullpen. 1-2. It's 2-2. The Pirates have taken the series, winning the first 2 games. Still 3 outs to play with in the bottom of this inning to try to get a walk-off victory. And Escaño, who started 0-2, now is behind 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, we certainly want to keep it at 2. Whether or not Porcello comes out for the 9th, we'll have to wait and see.
He does not have a complete game in his career.
Closer Valverde warming up in the Detroit bullpen.
Well, you know Jim Leyland pretty well. What do you think? Porcello coming out or not?
Well, I don't think Valverde would be getting hot right now if Porcello was going to stay in. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll know in a moment.
3-2 up in the air to center field. And Andrew McCutchen opens up the back pocket. 1 away. We got a pinch hitter coming up. Andy Dirks is coming out into the on-deck circle, so it does appear as though Porcello will be finished for the afternoon. The 22-year-old pitched a masterful game this afternoon.
Lloyd, why won't he let me stay in?
I thought he was going to get some hitting tips or give some, seeing as though he hits well in Pittsburgh. Casper Wells drove in the first run of the game back in the 2nd inning. Jim Leyland, who said he lives about a 10-minute drive from this ballpark, spends his off seasons here. Talked very nicely about Pittsburgh and why he decided to settle here. I think his best explanation was, well, what do you want? They got everything. I mean, it's nice. What do you want? I can't do the imitation anywhere near how you can do it, but
well, wife Katie's from here too. Maybe she had something to say about where they were going to live. But he likes it here.
Clint likes it here too. 1-2. Missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Just uncanny though. Paul Maholm. I mean, why is there always that guy, that one guy that doesn't get much run support? Seems like it's every year. Paul Maholm pitched well again this afternoon. Bucks unable to score. Need a late rally in the 9th.
Foul ball down 3rd. Well, Paul has the 3rd lowest run support in Major League Baseball for any pitcher. A little over 2 runs a game, and that'll go down unless the Pirates, well, it'll go down anyway because while he was in the game, they didn't get any runs for him. Only 14 runs of support while Paul was in a game all season, and that's through 10 appearances.
It's amazing.
His only win came on the 25th of April here against the Nationals.
Just missing off the plate. Let's take a look at the strike zone. Where do we got it? It's off. Winters has been giving a little bit off the plate, not that much.
3-2 pitch from Ascanio. Broken his bat.
It's been a nice little stretch though for the Pirates when you think about it. You know, after we left Washington, you knew you were going to be up against some pretty stiff competition. 2 in Cincy, 3 here against Detroit, and then the Braves, who a lot of people think might be the best team in the National League. If they're pitching, plus they got some guys that could swing it. And the Bucks off to a good start in this little stretch. 4 straight wins, but up against it here this afternoon.
Nice to share the baseball. Again, the 3-2 coming to Casper Wells, and he walked it. 1-out walk issued to Wells. And now, once Andy Dirks is announced, that'll officially end Porcello's day. Dirks will hit here in the top of the 9th. Porcello, 8 innings, 1 hit. Didn't give up a run. He walked 2, struck out 3. 84 pitches. And Jose Ascanio will be relieved of duty. Pitching change at PNC Park. Here comes former Duquesne Duke, Joe Beimel. Local teams, exclusive offers, and more. Text alerts to 412-412 for Root Sports Red Alerts. Message and data rates may apply. What did we do before phones, Brock?
Talked less.
Yeah, we talk less now.
That's amazing.
Here's Joe Beimel. Beimel making his 94th career appearance at PNC Park. He's just tied Mike Gonzalez, 5th on the all-time list here. John Grabo, the all-time leader, 195 games pitched here. Throw to first base, and the runner Wells back. Joe came into the game last night. Things didn't quite work out for him after pitching to 2 hitters. Johnny Peralta being one of them. And Peralta hit a little dribbler to the left side of the mound. Joe tried to make a sliding play on it, actually kicked it in foul ground, and it was a base hit for Peralta. And then Alex Avila, the catcher, came up, got a base hit. And Clint Hurdle came up and got Joe Beimel. Joe Hanrahan came in, finished things up in the ninth. Got a save out of it. Andy Dirks takes the strike. Joe really likes him. Good young player. Started in left field the last 2 nights. Tigers think he can be a pretty good ball player. And this one flared over the head of Steve Pearce. He'll catch it in foul ground for the second out.
That's not an easy duty for a youngster coming off the bench, having to face a lefty specialist in Joe Beimel, the veteran. Ties up the youngster Dirks.
Austin Jackson 0 for 4. Jackson had a tough night last night, going 0 for 5 and ended the game on a double play ball. And this was after hitting in 12 straight. So that's the way the 12-game hitting streak ends. His career long. He hits into a game-ending double play. And he's 0 for 4. So 0 for his last 10 going back to the 8th inning on Friday night when he struck out. Up in the air down the right field line. A run for Garrett Jones, and he'll make the catch in foul ground. Pirates need some hits, need 2 runs to extend this ball game. Xavier Paul will lead off. Andrew McCutchen will follow. 2-0 Detroit. Nothing going to the bottom of the ninth with Dan Potash and John Wayner. Tim Everett here. Jose Valverde is the new pitcher, and in the 8th inning Friday night, the Pirates got to him for 3 runs. Will Walker ended up hitting a 3-run home run. That was lights out at that point. 4 times the Pirates have won in their last at bat this season, hoping to do it again here today. The starter Rick Porcello one hit the Pirates through 8 innings. He is out of the ball game, and now the very flamboyant closer, Jose Valverde, is in.
Maybe the Pirates are happy about Porcello being gone. Obviously, couldn't do a whole lot off of him. Only a couple of balls hit hard, really, off of Porcello. But this guy, pretty good here. Jose Valverde, hard-throwing closer. Also has a nasty split-fingered fastball that he'll throw at any time, any count. A lot of movement that he can control.
Well, the Pirates need a base runner. Got to get one on and then get that tying run to the plate. Xavier Paul came in as part of a double switch. Entered in left field. Last time up, a sacrifice bunt in the 6th. And he takes a strike on the outside corner. Might have grazed the shadow of the outside corner, perhaps.
And again, Mike Winters, hasn't gone that far off. Yikes.
So a gift.
That's no fun. You're facing a guy like this, Valverde. You can't cover that much plate.
Valverde twists and now delivers. That one might have been closer than the first one.
Well, then watch Martinez, though. I mean, Martinez pulls this in. And once again on the strike zone. Pretty much same place. Martinez did, though. I mean, he kind of tried to pull that in a little bit. Certainly didn't help his pitcher's cause.
1-1 to Xavier Paul. Up in the air down the left field line. Rayburn won't get it. Long strike for Paul. 1-2 the count.
Battle mode. And again, you're dealing with the velocity and the split-fingered pitch. There's a lot of late movement.
Andrew McCutchen on deck. He's hoping to do some damage here in the 9th. 2-0 Detroit. Nobody out. 1-2 way outside. 2-2. 95 miles an hour on the fastball from Valverde. Pirates got a load of Valverde when he was with the Houston Astros. Saw him in divisional play. Spent a lot of time with the Arizona Diamondbacks. This year, second year with Detroit. Last year had 26 saves and 60 appearances. And Paul right for the right field, a base hit. It's a way to do it.
No doubt. Can't ask for anything more. I mean, that's some bat speed right there. Going up a fastball about at the letters and just watch him top hand get through it. Short, quick. And it's a start. You know, you got the tying run up.
McCutchen faced Valverde Friday night, grounded to short. 0 for 1 against him in this series. And Kutch today 0 for 1. Walked twice, stole a base. Nobody out, tying run at the plate. Nothing Rick Porcello can do about it. More than 25,000 on hand here today. Chanting, "Let's go Bucks."
Whoa.
And that puts the tying run on base. Pirates with 2 on and nobody out.
Man, this ball. Where does it get Andrew? Oh. Back of that left arm. Well, better to get it there than in the back. But hey, Jim Leyland's going to go out and talk to his closer. As the Pirates, for the first time this afternoon, get 2 runners aboard in the same inning. Actually, the second time they did it again. They also did it in the 6th. They had first and third before a double play ball by Jose Tabano.
Jim Leland trying to settle his ball club down. Andrew McCutchen, the tying run. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Pirates down 2-0. Xavier Paul, a leadoff single. Andrew McCutchen hit by a pitch. And here is Ryan Doumit. He's come up with some big late inning hits for the Pirates. Doumit stepping in to pinch hit here. Switch hitting catcher, batting left-handed. Hitting .294. 4 home runs, 15 runs batted in. Valverde's pitch. And Doumit takes strike 1.
Well, there's that borderline pitch on the outside part of the plate. It looked like Ryan Doumit said, wow, right there. As he didn't agree with the call, but that's been the strike zone, as we've seen in the strike zone all afternoon.
Doumit is 2 out of 6 in his career off of Valverde. 0-1 foul back. 0-2 to Ryan.
Those are outstanding numbers off the bench. A .303 average. 3 home runs as Garrett Jones awaits his turn.
The 0-2 to Doumit. Struck him out. Take a look at the sequence here against Doumit.
On the strike zone, Valverde gets a call on the first one. Doumit looked like he was right on the 0-1 fastball, then the split. The nasty late movement. Hoping to get ahead, or to get in a good hitter's count rather, against Valverde. He gets ahead. You're in trouble.
Garrett Jones 0 for 3 today. Foul ball, 0-1. Garrett Jones could do some damage with one mighty swing here.
Detroit got their outfield back, playing against the double, trying to keep a ball from going to the wall that would score 2. The first baseman Cabrera also hugging the line over there at first.
Paul leads from second, McCutchen from first. 0-1 pitch, ground ball. And Jones is out. Sizemore makes the play. Both runners move up. For McCutchen, the tying run is at second base. Xavier Paul down at third. 2 men in scoring position.
Just didn't quite get enough of it. Hit it okay, a little off the end of the bat. But that's the good news. That's a productive out. Nothing else. You get both runners in scoring position. Any base hit will tie things up. Any base hit to the outfield will tie things up.
Neil Walker, the Pittsburgh kid, with the game on the line. He is 0 for 3 this afternoon, waiting for Valverde's pitch. And a strike call. Neil hit a 3-run home run on Friday night in the 8th inning. What can he do here? Pirates down to their final out this afternoon. And Walker fouls it away. Now, Walker's only faced Valverde 1 time in his career, and that was Friday night when he put one over the Clemente wall to drive in 3 with a homer.
Valverde, tough to hit. 97-mile-per-hour fastball, the last pitch to Neil, and now Neil as we've seen him do all year long. He's comfortable with 2 strikes. He's good at wasting pitches. There's no panic in him.
2 on, 2 out. Bottom of the 9th inning. No balls and 2 strikes to Neil Walker. Jose Valverde. It's set to deliver. And a Walker ground ball to second. Sizemore throws him out, and that's the ball game. Pirates strand the tying run in the bottom of the 9th inning. And Rick Porcello gets the victory here today. 4-2 for Porcello. He was outstanding in the 11th save for Jose Valverde. The Pirates take 2 of 3 from the Tigers. A day off tomorrow, and the Braves on 2.